A teenager taking the stand today in the trial of former police officer Edmond Lewis Jr., who's accused of child pornography. At the time of the alleged offense, the girl, who is reportedly featured in one of two videos that went viral, was underage. However, she is now 18. The teen was jittery as the court viewed video allegedly of the two engaged in the sex act. After telling the court she did not remember exactly what she told police in a statement, upon viewing it, the teenager said she had consensual sex with Lewis but was not aware it was being recorded. She admitted to having sex with him more than once, acknowledging on another occasion that Lewis had brought another female when he picked her up. She said they went to his house and she had 3 glasses of wine and felt lightheaded. Attorney Wayne Monroe, who represents Lewis, questioned who gave her the wine, to which she answered she poured it herself. Monroe also noted that because 2 other people were present, she could not know who recorded the video. Deputy Chief Magistrate Andrew Forbes has adjourned the case until 11 a.m. on March 3rd. Still on court news, 21-year-old Patrick Evans of Elizabeth Estates has been charged with murder. He's accused of killing Shavano Mizik in January of this year. The victim was found dead at a home in Pinewood Gardens wrapped in plastic. Evans was not required to enter a plea and has been remanded to the Department of Corrections. Before leaving the court, Evans alleged that he was in custody for more than 72 hours before being charged. The chief magistrate noted the concern. A vacation ending tragically for a Canadian couple, and now authorities are investigating the circumstances surrounding the apparent drowning. Police say a husband and his wife were snorkeling in waters off Seventon when the woman appeared unconscious. We're told that despite efforts to try and revive her, she never regained consciousness. A doctor was on the scene and pronounced her dead. The victim has been identified as 64-year-old Beverly Voice of Canada. A scare for students at St. Leonard's Primary School today as they were rushed to the back of the campus after a fire broke out. We're told that the fire erupted in the cable box and quickly spread to the power box. Principal Esther Cartwright says the school's janitress alerted her to the situation that occurred while they were on yard duty after noon. She says the men on staff quickly turned off the breakers and threw sand in the meter box. Cartwright says she is just grateful officials managed to get a handle of the situation.
I started to panic because we have 500 plus, close to 600 students, and then I called Fox Hill Police Station, and ASP Johnson, who was in charge there, he went and he got an extinguisher from the gas station, and they used that, and then the fire department was able to get it under control. And so everything went without any serious to the building or to any children on the campus.
Officials from the power company and Cable Bahamas were on the scene following the blaze. Officer in charge of Police Fire Services, Superintendent Walter Evans, who was also present, says fire officials reacted quickly. He says if members of the public find themselves encountering a similar situation, they should immediately contact fire officials.
Enhance our response. We are of the opinion that once we receive the information, the quicker we receive it, the better it will be for us, the quicker our response will be. There are times or occasions where persons are of the opinion that others may have called the fire department. If 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 persons call, we don't have an issue with that. We know it's a genuine call. And so we want to encourage persons to utilize the numbers 919, or the fire department has a direct number to its fire control room. That number is 322-1225.
For the past 12 years, the Bahamas International Film Festival has been used as a platform to raise social consciousness through film. This time, the organization is standing as an advocate against gender-based violence, inviting scores of influential women to a special screening. And as Saskatchewan tells us tonight, it is just one way of the ways the issue is being brought to the forefront.
Dr. Gail Saunders, like many other women in the country, knows firsthand the negative effects gender-based violence can have on a person's life.
I was harassed by an older man when I was younger. People didn't understand. He was chasing me around, and it was awful.
Those comments came during a special screening of the film India's Daughter, which focuses on gender-based violence in India. Many women assembled at Galleria Cinema's JFK location to view the movie, including the wives of the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister. Both women are calling on Bahamians to do their part to eradicate violence against women.
Violence against women is not a cultural or social phenomenon. that is localized to the Bahamas or the Caribbean or to any particular ethnic grouping, but is prevalent in nearly all societies. It is a basic violation of the rights of human beings to live without fear of abuse, whether physical or verbal. Either way, it is an abuse against the person. There must be consequences.
They say in India that 1 woman is raped every 20 minutes. 1 in 3 women will be beaten, forced into sex, or abused. 1 in 5 women would become a victim of rape or attempted rape. It shows us India's mindset, India's way of looking at this violent act against women, not just raped, but the impact of violence on a whole against women.
Leslie Edmond is the film's award-winning producer and director. She attended the special screening and led the question and answer session. The Minister of Social Services and Community Development, the Honorable Melanie Griffin, who has responsibility for women's affairs, congratulated Edmond on a job well done.
I must commend the writer, producer, and director of this movie for her very bold initiative in making this movie a reality. From all accounts, it was not an easy road. It's a film that has become an obsession for me because the insights and the perspective that I gleaned along this 2.5-year journey have led me to an absolute clarity about what the solution is.
Sunday's screening was put on by the Bahamas International Film Festival and comes just days after the National Task Force released its strategic plan to end gender-based violence. C.S. Scatterly, ZNS Network News.
If you know of a crime, please call Crime Stoppers at 328-8477, toll free 242-300-8477. You can also check them out on www.crimestoppersbahamas.com. Let's stop the crime before it's your time.